moved in and had already expressed to his dad he wanted to have his parents over so we could cook for them. At the time, I thought maybe she didn't hear me. Oh, she heard you, bestie.
Oh, it's not over there.
Eventually, at his uncle's Christmas party, I began to really notice his mom doing passive-aggressive behavior toward me and how intentional it seemed. For example, she randomly began talking in front of me about how terrible public schools are and how she would never let her kids be educated by inept public school teachers from the South. Both my boyfriend and his brother went to an extremely expensive international private school K-12, while knowing that not only am I a product of Southern public schools, but I'm also a Southern public school teacher myself. Oh yeah, that was on purpose. That was on purpose. She said other passive-aggressive things like this throughout the night and would ignore me or respond in only 1 or 2 words when I tried to speak with her. Yeah, she fucking hates you, babe. Like, she hates you. It is funny, isn't it? Oh God, they just hate us, you know? They hate us. When I told her about the poinsettia I bought for her, she visibly rolled her eyes and seemed annoyed. She would also turn her back to me or come to stand in front of me with her back to me while I was in group conversation. Oh dear. I mentioned that night to my boyfriend when we were alone how uncomfortable her behavior made me feel. He tried to explain of it a lot as it's just the business of the night and said we would all be able to get to know each other a lot in Boston. You see, we planned for my birthday, which is on New Year's Eve, to go visit his brother in Boston. Last minute found out that his parents had an extra room in the house they had been loaned by a friend, and they were going on almost the exact same days as us. My boyfriend had asked if we could stay with him, and his father said yes. So stupidly, I gaslit myself that everything had simply been a coincidence and I was being too sensitive and was optimistic as I packed my suitcase. I mean, that's a reasonable thing to assume if you're being invited to come and stay with someone over the holidays, you know? I would assume that being invited into somebody's home to spend the holidays with them was a good sign. So you're not totally delusional on that.
This is delusional.
Once we landed in Boston, I came down with a cold, and my boyfriend with medical issues became very ill. I was terrified he was going to end up in the ER. I was constantly running to the corner store to get medicine he asked for. Even walked him 2 miles to get him Italian wedding soup from Whole Foods because I was trying to keep his sodium levels down. Hydration was a big concern to him out of the ER. Meanwhile, his mom went out of her way not to speak to me, made passive-aggressive comments to other people that seemed directed at me, be overly nice to everyone else, and would walk in front of me and put her back to me anytime we were standing in a group, especially on my birthday when we were all at an escape room arcade. If I spoke to her, she would walk away in the middle of me talking or wave me off the way you shoo a dog. I'm sorry I'm laughing. This is just comical, dude. How do people get off on treating others this way? It's very clear that she doesn't like you for some reason, thinks that, her son is too good for you or whatever. But at the end of the day, you don't need to treat people like if you feel that way. And you're also not really giving her much of a chance to prove herself.
Come on, man.
When we returned home, I spoke to my boyfriend about her behavior, and he said he'd noticed it too and was not sure why she was acting that way. The only explanation he could come up with was we were very different personality-wise. He said he was going to speak to her about treating me with respect. However, when he tried to have this convo, she proceeded to talk poorly about me for 2.5 hours, and my boyfriend claims he just froze and he didn't know what to do. He tried his best to defend me, but admitted he dissociated for a lot of the conversation. I don't like that he's not sticking up for you, honestly. Clearly he grew up with this, and maybe that's why he was hesitant about introducing you to her. But what are you supposed to do? Let your mother run your life into adulthood? The reason why she's like this is because nobody stands